The major countries like the European countries, USA, Russia, they all try to pressurize Switzerland. And personally, I would prefer that there would be no sanction at all.
So Philippe, regarding the current sanctions in Russia, what's the present situation in Switzerland?
So the official position of Switzerland is not to apply sanctions, but Switzerland doesn't want to be a platform and to circumvent sanctions applied by other countries.
So can we say that Switzerland de facto applies in Switzerland?
I would not phrase it this way. The position of Switzerland is a sort of middle-of-the-road position. It's a little bit of a compromise between different positions. And of course, the Swiss government, I'm sure, receives a lot of pressure from inside Switzerland as well as from outside Switzerland.
And can you go into a little bit more detail on the outside Switzerland parties?
Of course, the major countries like the European countries, USA, Russia, they all try to pressurize Switzerland. And personally, I would prefer that there would be no sanction at all and that Switzerland remains 100% neutral. And I hope that the sanction will be lifted as soon as possible because for many reasons. But at the same time, I can understand the position of the Swiss government. And they have to be very realistic. We have to keep our very good relation with Russia because it is extremely important to us. But at the same time, we don't want to upset our main business partners, that is the European Union and the USA.
And following on from that, I've heard that the US administration actually asked the Swiss government to ask Swiss private companies not to attend the St. Petersburg Economic Forum that's behind us on the screen. So what's your take on this? I don't really know about what the American government has said to the Swiss government, but of course those kind of pressure are normal and happen on a regular basis. However, it is not in the Swiss culture that the government pressurizes company to do something without a legal base. So I do not think that any Swiss company would have acted based on a sort of recommendation of the Swiss government. And what do the head of Swiss companies actually think about the sanctions that are implemented at present?
Okay, now there are no sanctions, to make it clear, from Switzerland. But I had a chance to talk to a group of CEOs of Swiss companies about this particular topic recently. And as expected, the Swiss CEO, at least most of them, they're fully apolitical. They care about their clients, serving the clients, about the employees, about their shareholders. And if they invest in Russia, it is for business reason. And actually, you have seen probably that recently there were major Swiss investment in Russia in terms of new factories. And that for most Swiss companies, it is more or less business as usual in Russia. Of course, it's more difficult because of the sanction applied by other countries. And of course, the market of Russia is not booming. But in terms of approach, for most companies, it is business as usual.
And from your outlook, what's the opinion from Swiss CEOs in regarding to being told not to attend the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum?
So they are really apolitical. And if you see the people who attended the SPIEF in June, so not only you had a major politician like president of European countries, but you also had major business people, for instance, Jack Ma from Alibaba, but also very major business people from Switzerland, like the chairman of Nestlé, one of the major Swiss companies.
Fantastic. Well, Philippe, once again, thank you for coming in and sharing your insights with us.
Thank you very much.
That's all from myself and Philippe, but if you did like this interview, do like and comment on dugoscopy.tv.